Alright guys, so let's go ahead and take a look at everything we know about the Oppo Find N3 at this moment in time. The Oppo Find N2 came out last year in December, so we might see a Oppo Find N3 sometime very shortly, especially with quarter 3 of this year or possibly again in December of this year. Now, what we do know about this phone is it's probably going to follow the trend when it comes to other smartphones now being released in the third quarter of this year. Obviously, OnePlus is a good example of that. So, starting off right away, the display will most likely be an 8-inch AMOLED or OLED inside display, which of course will have Quad HD Plus resolution, 120Hz across the board, a 6.5-inch cover display, Full HD with 120Hz OLED. Processor chipset would most likely be the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor, although I would like to see a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor, especially because it will be released actually in December. Like, that's when it's going to be released, so it's like perfect timing. But because this phone is already in the works and already has been created, it's going to be the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor. This is not bad at all. This exact same processor is going to be found in the Z Fold 5. So this is actually right on par with exactly what we expect from a cell phone of this, magnitude. Real camera setup will be a 50 megapixel wide, 48 megapixel ultra wide, and a 32 megapixel periscope / front camera twin 32 megapixels. So obviously the front punch hole camera 32 megapixels, the inside camera 32 megapixels. The memory will be 16 gigabytes of RAM. Storage options are 512 gigabyte space storage option. The battery is 4800 milliamps with 80 watts wired charging, not wireless, still not wireless. Will feature an 8-inch 2268 by 2440 inside display, and again 120 Hz. That's all we know at this moment in time. The price tag will probably be pretty similar to what we can expect from Oppo, around that price tag of $1,100 to $1,200 USD. Again, because it's really hard to find, outside of China, you're not going to be paying the MSRP. You're probably going to be paying around $1,500, $1,600 if you buy from a third-party source like eBay or another website. So you're kind of, you're not getting MSRP. Now, could they possibly do what other companies are doing when it comes to releasing China and other European countries, kind of getting their phone more out there? Absolutely. We looked at a phone that was $2,200 just about 2 weeks ago, and what their plan was, instead of releasing, the same phone across the board, like, in China and then other countries, they released their top premium model in China and then a cheaper iteration for the exact same price, but in other countries. So I'm hoping Oppo doesn't do that, but at this moment in time, again, this will probably be Chinese only. So if you're trying to pick up this phone, you're going to have to spend that extra pretty money, because you're going to have to buy it from a scalper or a reseller. Which, it is what it is. They can go up to $1,600, $1,700, which is still going to be less money than what the Z Fold 5 is going to cost, and less money than the Google Pixel Fold. So if you're trying to pick up a phone that's, realistically speaking, just as good as those phones, this might be an option for you at a lot less of a price tag. But again, if you ever do buy a Chinese phone, the biggest problem is a lot of times they do not come with Google Play Store. Some sellers I saw on eBay, they will actually install the Google Play Store for you for an extra charge. It's actually a little fee. But a lot of them do not come to Google Play Store. The big problem with that is if it does not come to Google Play Store, you have to install it yourself. It's a process. It's not hard to do, but it is a process. So keep that in mind if you're buying a reseller or a scalped Oppo Find N2, or Find N3 actually, you're going to have to worry about that. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts, opinions. I'll see you guys next one. Peace.